Is Sukuna too strong? So chapter 252 just came out and everyone's still fighting Sukuna. As per last chapter, we saw that he was able to deliver a slash to Yuta and Yuji. And we see in this chapter that slash basically put Yuta out of commission because Rika straight came up and got him out of battle. But fuck Yuji, right, I guess. And throughout the chapter, we finally get to see Maki versus Sukuna, as we've been waiting for the last 2 weeks. And for a lot of fan theorists out there, a lot of people were speculating, what if Toji fought Sukuna in Shibuya and stuff like that, and who's stronger, Toji or Sukuna? Well, this is basically the fight we're getting, because Maki is basically the new Toji. She might have even surpassed Toji. So as the fights are going on, she's kind of rocking him up a little bit. She's fucking mollywopping him. He tries to be slick and say his phrases to launch one of his slashes. He whispers it like in like one of the panels, and then in the final phrase, he says it out loud, and then she just completely splits and completely misses her. It's kind of looking like maybe Maki can actually go to work and do a little damage to Sukuna. But then this is the issue we have. We cut over to Hikari versus Uraume, and Uraume is basically saying that, look, I know y'all think y'all got this, but Sukuna is in a whole different league of his own. On the outside looking in, it's like, of course the enemy would say that, because what kind of enemy would be like, oh shit, my guy on my side is actually taking a beating here? That just wouldn't make sense. Uraume is even saying that Gojo was literally the last chance you guys had, and all the stuff you guys are doing now isn't doing anything to impress Sukuna whatsoever. And the last panel of this chapter says Sukuna has yet to go all out. And that phrase in itself is one of the biggest worries in this fan base. So I made a video, I think maybe like a month or two ago, saying is Gege writing himself into a corner? And that whole video was based off the fact that the chapter that I just reviewed was the one where Higuruma's domain only affected the cursed tool that Sukuna was holding, and not Sukuna's curse technique in general, as his domain is supposed to negate the curse technique and allow Higuruma to use the executioner sword and kill the person, right? And the fact that it didn't do anything to Sukuna, and Sukuna is still extremely strong without that curse tool, seemed like some bullshit. And it's getting to the point now where we're in the fight with Yuji, Yuta, and Sukuna. It looked like maybe they were kind of pushing him a little bit, only for Uraume to say he has so much more power than you guys could possibly imagine, that all this effort is basically for nothing. And that's what's really worrying a lot of the fan base, me included, because it seems like Gege may have made Sukuna too strong. Now, a big argument that a lot of the fan base has is Gege has been hyping up Sukuna since chapter 1. Sukuna is supposed to be a legend. His real name isn't even Sukuna. Him as a sorcerer greatly outgrew his original origins. Sukuna is just a legend, essentially. And even when we had Yuji talking to Gojo, and Yuji asking Gojo, hey man, like, if this guy is the strongest in history and you're the strongest right now, do you think you can beat him? And Gojo being like, yeah, just for when Gojo actually did die, saying that, dude, I could totally tell that Sukuna was not going all out. Is like, where is this story going if all the things that the heroes are doing isn't even making this villain break a sweat? And it really seemed like there for a while that after Yuta used the cleave attack on Sukuna, that, okay, maybe Yuta has a few things up his sleeve as well. But as we saw in this chapter, Yuta's out of commission, essentially, is what it looks like. Because at this point right now, it does appear that Yuta might be Sukuna's biggest threat on the battlefield, considering he can copy what appears to be almost any technique. And I'm pretty certain that Cleave caught Sukuna off guard. But the bigger issue lies in, if we all know that this is going to lead to essentially all the heroes getting lost and there's no hope for the heroes, then what is really the story here? Because it seems like the plan in the beginning was Gojo versus Sukuna, Okay, Sukuna's wiped out. Okay, well, just in the rare case that Gojo loses, let's have Kashimo go out there and try and deal some damage. Okay, he's got washed. Okay, well, let's just use the Executioner Sword from Higuruma's domain. But before we use that, let's take away his curse technique to make sure that he's completely handicapped. That didn't work, and that didn't work. And then in comes Yuta, and now let's kill him with Jacob's ladder. That didn't work, and now here's Maki with the Executioner Sword, or not the Executioner Sword, the Soul Splitting Katana. And we can't really tell if it's really working on Sukuna. It more or less looks like he just can't really heal himself completely all the way like how he was before. And of course, we all know that Sukuna's curse energy output is depleting a little bit, as he's been saying in these couple chapters. If there's really nothing that can catch Sukuna off guard, and I definitely think there were a few instances where Sukuna was caught off guard, they definitely do catch him off guard. I'm just not sure if what they do is enough to beat him, because when Yuta used cleave on him, it did look like it caught him off guard. But if there's going to be a get out of jail free card for Sukuna for the rest of the series, what hope can we possibly have for the heroes? And let the record also show that he is fighting a bunch of high schoolers. I don't really expect any of the high schoolers to be on par with Sukuna, but we do have Gojo's literal star pupils. Like, these are the characters that Gojo himself has handpicked to lead the future of Jujutsu society once he passes on. Like, these are supposed to be his star pupils. Now, we did know that Gojo couldn't beat Sukuna, but you would think that maybe with the stacked on damage, and even if he did a whole lot of damage, that maybe the rest of the players can nick at him a little bit and eventually be able to kill him. But it looks like he's just playing with his food, basically. And my biggest worry is that we're gonna get like another 5 or 7 chapters of this fight going on, just for the end to be that Sukuna just slashes all of them with the world splitting or the space splitting cleave that he has. And let me just know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys think that, well, Sukuna is supposed to be the strongest character in this verse, it only makes sense. Or if you guys think that, yeah, maybe Sukuna is a little too strong and maybe Gege is putting himself into a corner. We're looking forward to see what you guys have to say, and that's it. Goodbye.